Hey everybody, it's about 10:30 at night and we're about to go up the hill to vote. I think we will. We'll find out. There's been a lot of procedural motions all day and we're hanging around waiting for all this to complete itself. I'm here in my office. And despite all the news about Jeffrey Epstein files and so forth, we're actually voting on important stuff as well here on Capitol Hill. Just one of those bills is coming up here tonight. It's called a Recissions package. It affects all the funding to National Public Radio, as well as to USAID, the foreign humanitarian assistance, about $9 billion worth of funding. A lot of fights over this in the Senate where they admitted they didn't even know which programs specifically would be cut because this rescissions package is so vague and broad. Unlike the last time they tried doing this, which was about 25 years ago, where every single specific program that was cut was identified in the package. In this case, the president has just identified a broad swath of things that he wants to cut. And basically, Congress is going to give him carte blanche just to cut whatever. This is a real abdication of our responsibility over the power of the purse. That's something that the Constitution entrusts us with in Article 1. It's something that is critical to the balance of power in this country because we are the branch that is closest to the people. We should be the ones who make the decisions and actually know what dollars are being cut and what's being allocated. Now, the argument from the Republican side is, hey, this is $9 billion, we're going to cut spending. Isn't that a great thing? Keep in mind, this is the same Congress that just approved a budget that's adding not $9 billion of debt, but $4 trillion in additional debt. Obviously, this is not a Congress that's particularly concerned about debt. I am. And what we're seeing are the impacts are National Public Radio stations, particularly in rural areas that provide emergency information and weather, really critical information in parts of Alaska, Wyoming, et cetera, that critically need it. Those stations are going to get wiped out. Our own NPR station, KQED and so forth, will survive. Certainly they'll have cuts and it'll hurt, no question, but it's the rural stations going to hit the hardest. And then as we think about foreign aid, humanitarian assistance, obviously there are thousands, if not millions of people who have depended on this aid, everything from food assistance to anti-human trafficking, a whole host of critical measures that are just being eliminated. And most importantly, perhaps, well, not most importantly, I'll just say, the reputation of this country is at stake. For the first time, Gallup just released polling showing that China has greater esteem throughout the world, global populations, than the United States. It's the first time ever that that's happened. This is what's happening here. We are ceding the global stage to China. This humanitarian assistance is essential for what we call soft power and our ability to have influence around the globe on a whole host of issues, not to mention the critical life-saving work that's being done by many of these nonprofit organizations that we're supporting. So I'll be voting against it, obviously. I'll be back with you tomorrow to talk about some legislation I'm introducing to address our housing challenges. Thanks so much.